Greetings and welcome to the Halloween edition of the Sliders Review. And I'm here today to talk to you about Fear the Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 1, The Beacon. Wow, man, we're already in Season 7. So, I've been wondering ever since last season, how is the writers gonna, write themselves out of a nuclear apocalypse since they blew up that one town in the finale of season 6 with a nuke. What are the characters gonna be up to now? We know some of them survived. Well, we know they survived because of the trailers and stuff. So it's kind of like, what they've been up to, how they survived, what they've been eating, how they've been going outside, stuff like that. So I've been very curious and stuff. And also the whole Alicia thing. Well, I guess you're just gonna have to watch the trailer to find out what happens to everybody else, because nobody shows up in this first episode except for Strand and a brand new character named Will. But don't get attached to Will. This is Fear the Walking Dead after all. And so, yeah, I was very shocked and surprised to see that this episode focused on Strand and Strand only. There was nobody else, not even a little cameo or nothing. And it was just kind of that's kind of dumb, in my opinion. It's kind of this is an ensemble cast. And they had this major thing that happened last season. So you gotta pick it up and show what happens. But of course, this is the AMC and the Walking Dead people, and they don't care about stuff like that. It's just hey, let's do our solo episodes and our openings where it's completely muted and nobody says anything, because that's what the creator Robert Kurtzman, that's what it is. No, Robert something, I forget his name. The dude who created the comic book, that's what he likes. He loves those openings where it's a bunch of characters or a character and they say absolutely nothing for several minutes. He stated he loves that stuff. But you know what? It's been done to death in this franchise for over 11 years. Change that up, It's getting very stale. And so yeah, I was just very surprised that this had to do with the strength. I remember when I saw the dude walking around in his get up gear and gas mask and stuff like that and searching for food, I assumed that was Morgan, because this is the Morgan show now. But it wasn't Morgan, it was just a brand new dude. I'm like, hey, brand new dude, who are you? And stuff. So, yeah. So, brand new dude named Will. Basically, after the whole nuke happened, he's been living in a van and he's constantly searching around town looking for food and stuff because, well, food is scarce and he can't walk around outside without some type of hazmat type equipment. So, because there's radiation all around. So he finds walkers and he searches their stuff and to see what they have. And he found something that has 2 cans of food. He used his Geiger counter thing to scan it and say, oh no, it's too radiated. But then he finds a possum. He heads back and forth to his van. He's marking off stuff on his paper, a calendar or something like that. And he's chugging water just a little bit and chewing a little bit of food and doing the same old thing, going back and forth. And then he spots some people in their own hazmat get up outfits, and he sees them attacking walkers and stripping them and stuff. For some bizarre reason, these people known as the stalkers, as he likes to call them, they like to strip zombies naked. Why? I don't know. It's not explained. Why does he call them the stalkers? Why not call them the strippers? Wouldn't that make more sense? And so after searching again and finding no food, he sees that possum. I knew he was going to eat that possum. But the possum is all half eaten itself. So it's here's the thing about roadkill that I learned a long time ago. If you're going to eat roadkill, you have to treat it the moment you kill it. Because if not, all that bacteria and stuff sets in. And so, yeah, that thing's been there for weeks and it's half eaten and it's irradiated, but he's cooking it up. but he just can't eat it. He's breaking down in tears. And then some dudes in hazmat suits rescue his behind. They strip him literally butt naked. We see, and this dude got some big old butt cheeks. Like they showed all that on camera. I'm like, ugh, man, I don't want to see that. And so they scrub him down, getting all the radiation stuff off him. And then they take him to a building. He's suspicious and everything. As soon as he gets out the elevator, he fights the two guys off, only to be stopped by the new villain of this season, Strand. And I have to say, I knew Strand was going to be a villain this season because of what happened last season. But, you know, Fear the Walking Dead has the worst villains ever. They're always bizarre, strange, goofy, or dressed funny. And they made Strand dress very goofy and funny. He's dressed like a soldier from back in like the really old days and stuff. And it's just like, dude, why are you dressed like this? What is the purpose of having him dressed like this? Like, why? His main weapon is now like a sword from those old war days. Like, what do they call it? Like, they're not like fencing swords. Kind of like back in the old 1700s, 1800s. God, like a saber type thing. Like, why is he dressed like that? Like, he looks like a fool. Like, Strand used to dress good. He used to dress in suits until, like, you know, he lost all that stuff with the apocalypse, and then he started dressing down. But the dude still dressed good, but not like this. So basically, Strand has now started a community, and he has tons of people. And then Howard, the dude who actually owns that building, is now his servant. Okay. And he has all these people. He has a garden. He has like backup enforcement. Tons of people living there. And so, like, if you don't share his vision, he wants you out, and he wants Will out until he sees a medallion. I can't talk this morning. A medallion on Will, and it's the one that Strand gave Alicia. He wants to know where it came from and to take him to there. So Will takes him there, but Will takes him back to like his van area. They get ambushed by like those stalker people, and then Strand's all upset. One of the stalker people shoot Will. So he's injured and stuff. Strand saves him and wants to know where he found like this medallion and everything. And like Will says something like, "Oh, she'll never forgive you," or something like that. And then Strand's all like, "I never told you like it was a woman," and everything like that. So he knows it's Alicia for sure. And so Strand finds like a business card of that place that Alicia was staying at, that Teddy put her there. So Strand heads out there. Basically, this entire episode is Will and Strand going back and forth. Like, first they're getting along, then they're not, then they're trying to kill each other, then they're not. That's basically this entire episode in a nutshell. So Strand gets to like the this place, and it has like a beacon there, and so he's looking for Alicia, but then Will shows up, and they start having a chat about like Alicia and talking about how like, so Will basically just tells him straight up like, the people back at your colony, they fear your behind, and you'll never be like a true leader, and like Alicia was right about you. You're only in it for yourself, and she'll never follow you and stuff like that. And of course Strand's all like, oh, maybe she'll see the way, and you know, he'll tell her that he's doing all this good stuff and all this other crap. And so they just constantly going back and forth. But then Will does reveal that he fell in love with Alicia, and she is back at that funeral place with Teddy's followers and all this other stuff. And then so when he opens the door and sees, like, after he tries to like kill Strand for like the millionth time, he opens the door, see a bunch of like zombies, and he sees that they're the residents from that place Alicia was at. So he knows it went under and stuff. So they try to go there to save her. And so when they go there, nobody's there. They go down into the bunker, the little bunker place, and like I said, nobody's there. And then they see a painting of like Alicia. And it's something she painted, because now she paints now, because that one dude, the black dude, teaches her how to paint. And so I'm thinking to myself, wow, if Will was in love with her, was she in love back? Did they have a relationship? I guess Alicia forgot all about Painter dude. But then again, the world got nuked, so I guess she assumed he died or something. And she left a note saying Padre. But that's it. So now it's kind of like the whole cat and chase type thing, like with Sherry and Scarface. And I'm like, oh man, back to this crap again. So like they take the beacon back to Strand Play, and Will's like, I can help you and this and that and blah blah, and he's and Strand's all like, oh, Alicia will never follow me. I need to keep everybody away, and that's how to preserve this place. And Will's all like, with this beacon, people are gonna come, and Alicia's gonna find you. Then Strand does what Strand does best. He betrays Will and just throws him off the building. Will is then zombified and eaten by walkers and stuff. And I'm just like, that's it. This is this whole episode. Like, it was an okay episode. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, it was some enjoyable moments, like the dialogue, the fighting, the zombies when there was zombie fighting action, which was rare and barely in the show. But I did like how everything was set up with like the fog of like the nuclear fog, and then the regular fog, and then the nuclear rain, the acid rain stuff, and like that was set up very well visually. Like, seeing Strain go into the fog and you can't see him, and every once in a while you'll see him like slash like a zombie and stuff like that. That was really cool. And the little beacon light was really neat looking too. So it's like it wasn't it was just like a flat episode, like boring kind of thing. But it was enjoyable to some degree, just not what a zombie apocalypse show it should be. You need people, you need zombies, and and it's just like what they should have did. They should have just leaped a couple of years ahead, like they did with between season 3 and 4, because how are they gonna write themselves out of this whole like nuclear apocalypse thing, man? It's like it will be visually stunning, but it's gonna be kind of hard because it's kind of like, okay, well, this part's irradiated and you need your mask on. Well, how come this part's not irradiated and you don't need no mask on? And how come when you go inside a building and stuff, and every time you eat food, it should be like irradiated in there, and then your clothes. Like the thing about Will, I didn't understand, that he kept going inside his van, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, your clothes are contaminated. Therefore, every time you take your mask off, you're contaminated and stuff. So I don't get that. So if they can't do this properly, they have no business doing like a nuclear apocalypse and stuff. But it was like I said, an okay episode. It just wasn't like awesome, and it should have been awesome. This is the freaking premiere of a new season. It's supposed to be huge, and it just focused on 2 people, and one of those people died and stuff. Oh, and this is what took me so long to do this review, because I just now watched this episode because I just didn't want to watch it. I'm just not interested in Fear the Walking Dead. Like every season, I hope it will get better, but sadly, it doesn't. And it's just a dismal show. Now, wasn't that spooky? All right, well, I shall talk to y'all later. Bye.